Let's dive right into Built to Thrive's formation and structure. Think of this as the bedrock of your entire business. If you're a Canadian small business owner, maybe a freelancer, or an incorporated owner-operator, this is exactly where a stable, scalable business truly begins. Now, you might be thinking this is just about incorporation, right? Just filing some paperwork and calling it a day? But actually, it's a lot more than that. It's a holistic look at what your business actually is, how it's set up, and what absolutely needs to be separated from your personal life. It's about knowing who is responsible for what, and, this is a big one, figuring out if your current setup still actually fits as you grow. So, we usually see owners falling into one of two camps. The first is that early decision phase. Are you going to operate as a sole proprietor, or are you taking the step to incorporate? The second camp is where a lot of established folks find themselves. They're already incorporated, sure, but their corporate records, their roles, their banking, their ownership decisions, it's all still pretty informal. You can probably feel exactly where your own operational friction is coming from right now. And when things stay informal for too long, you start seeing the classic signs of a weak foundation. We're talking personal and business activities getting totally tangled up. Registration details get fuzzy. Corporate records are half finished, if they exist at all. People are just assuming their roles instead of actually documenting them. Or honestly, you might just be running on an old setup that your business completely outgrew years ago. The tricky part is, these issues usually don't feel like emergencies at first, but they compound. Give it time, and these hidden quirks turn into massive headaches. We're talking confusing tax problems, serious liability exposure, maybe even disputes with partners or trouble getting financing. And eventually, a really expensive, stressful cleanup that nobody wants to deal with. That's exactly where formation and structure comes in. It's designed to bring all those responsibilities out of the shadows much earlier in the game. It covers the whole shebang, deciding on your structure, comparing a sole proprietorship versus a corporation, handling registration, sorting out banking boundaries, and keeping your corporate records clean. Basically, it handles the legal and organizational groundwork so your daily operations actually have something solid to stand on. Now, organizing all this doesn't have to be overwhelming. Built to Thrive breaks this down into 3 totally manageable layers. First up is awareness. This is just getting your head around what choices are out there and what you need to separate right out of the gate. Next is practice. This is where the rubber meets the road, putting that foundation to work through clear setup steps and boundaries. And finally, maturity. This is checking back in to see if that original setup still holds up as you take on more risk or add complexity. So what does this mean for you today? Where do you even begin? Well, first off, deep breath. You do not need to formalize everything at once. Seriously, don't try to overhaul your whole foundation in a single weekend. Your best move is to just start with the one structural question that's causing you the most uncertainty right now. It's all about tailoring your first step to whatever operational friction you're feeling today. Still deciding how to set things up? Start with your structure choice. Are your business and personal finances all jumbled together? Start with separation. Are you already incorporated but relying on handshake agreements? Focus on corporate setup habits. And if you've grown or pivoted lately, just start by reviewing if your current structure still makes sense. And you're not doing this alone. The Built to Thrive ecosystem supports this work every step of the way with a really practical, calm approach. They break it down into 3 types of resources. You've got guides, which explain exactly what you need to think through. Then there are tools, which actually help you take action and implement changes. And finally, explainers, which are there to clarify those specific, sometimes confusing concepts. I want to be really clear about the ultimate philosophy here. The goal is absolutely not to make your business more complicated. Nobody wants bureaucratic red tape or a mountain of useless paperwork. The whole point is simply to make your foundation clearer, much stronger, and literally just easier to manage on a day-to-day basis. So that's the Built to Thrive approach to formation and structure in a nutshell. It's clean, it's professional, and it's designed to keep you calm. Just remember the flow. Guides, explain. Tools help you do. Explainers clarify. And it all moves naturally from awareness into practice and finally into maturity. Which brings us to the core maxim of the entire Built to Thrive system. Clarity reduces friction, structure reduces stress. Think about it. When you know exactly how your business is legally set up, the daily friction just melts away. When those boundaries are clear, the mental weight of running a business gets so much lighter. To wrap things up, I want to leave you with this one thought. Just start with the structure question that matters most right now. Forget about trying to perfect the whole system today. Find the one piece of your foundation that feels the most fragile and make a deliberate choice to fix it. So ask yourself, What is the single biggest structural vulnerability in your business today, and what are you going to do about it tomorrow?